Hello, everyone. I would like to say thank you to all of you can come here and listen to this presentation. And I'm the author and lecturer, Lixuan Wei. And this is my research called Critical Factors Impacting Consumer Behavior in Douyin e-commerce. And there's also my contact information. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me as well. And let's start. So let's first have a look about the content. We have the background, the conceptual development, and hypothesis, and research methodology, results, discussion, conclusion, limitation, future research directions, and reference here. So we all know that Omicron is a very intense period for us to struggle with, and the World Health Organization states that Omicron has a higher level of infection transmissibility than the variants found before. And according to the statistics results in a website, the expected value of the global e-commerce market is around $4.89 trillion totally in 2021. And Douyin is also called TikTok in Western countries as well, a social media platform designed by ByteDance Limited in China, and was successfully released in 2016, provide an innovative way for personal communication and interaction. After they collect a large number of users as a foundation, they established the e-commerce business department to be responsible for the tasks related to the e-commerce services. And here is the conceptual development and research gap. So the first concept is stimulus organism response model. So this model was first proposed by Melbourne and Russell in 1974 and used in the field of psychology. And this model is also used in consumer behavior, which indicates to be used for constructing the stimulus from online elements and lead to a consumer behavior response or change by cognitive or emotional transformation. And this model also shows that the individuals will make a response on their behavior by receiving the stimuli from environment with their five senses. And individuals will make changes in their cognitive or emotional situation to generate the transformation of behavior. So this paper uses the SOR model as the theoretical frame of the influential factors to find out why consumers change their purchasing behaviors during the Omicron pandemic. There are two hypotheses here to test if the stimulus from the short video impacts the consumer behavior. And the second concept is elaboration likelihood model. So this model was first proposed by Patty and Cassioppo, which is one of the most useful and critical persuasion models in the field of consumer behavior. And this model shows a process of how a person will generate attitude changes based on persuasion, which has two different roles based on the level of elaboration. The first one is central roles, which need a lot of consideration and trade-off. And another one is superficial roads, is need less consideration and trade-off in this road. An elaboration likelihood model is based on the strengths of ability, motivation, and opportunity, including degree of mind change, degree operating procedure at the two ends of the elaboration continuum, and different processes of attitude change that occur at different points along the continuum. And here is the figure of this model. And the third concept is perceived benefits, perceived costs, and perceived values. The perceived benefit is consumers' perceived benefit in their mindset and defined as beliefs about the positive outcomes associated with the behavior in response to a real or perceived threat. And perceived cost is defined as the unit cost that a consumer thinks, which incurs by undertaking a particular activity. And it is found by other scholars that high perceived costs can have positive relationship with consumers' purchasing aspiration. And perceived value is customers' perception of a product or service's merit or desirability to them. And it can also be referred as the customer's trade-off of the perceived benefits and perceived costs in their mindset. And we have two hypotheses here to test if the purchasing decision are based on perceived benefits, perceived costs, and perceived values. And the fourth concept is that all about the consumer decision-making process. There are 5 stages here: need recognition, information collection, subset of alternatives, purchasing decision, and post-purchase. And we have 2 hypotheses here to test if the customer value during the post-purchase stage impacts customer loyalty. And as for the methodology, this research uses a mixture of qualitative and quantitative method to test the hypothesis. And this research aims to examine the reasons for consumer behavior transformation and determine the relationship between customer value and customer behavior transformation. And the data was collected where an online survey, and all of the participants are all from China and come from a variety of demographic backgrounds. As for the data collection, the research distributes 456 pieces of the questionnaire and collect 388. The response rate is around 85%. Based on the answers, the participated are mostly 18 to 39 years old, and women make up a large portion. We also have a reliability and validity test here. Based on the results, the Cron bench alpha is 0.997. This shows the research is reliable and can be used for future research. And the KMO value is 0.990, which shows that the information can be extracted. And for the research on SOR model, we have 2 questions. Have you ever watched any videos about e-commerce from Douyin before? We set this as X1. And have you ever purchased through Douyin e-commerce platform? We set this as X2. And we got the results here. So the Pearson coefficient is 0.914, which shows there is a positive relationship between X1 and X2, and we can conclude that the result is statistically significant and that the stimulus from the short videos can impact consumers' behavior positively. And we have the research on elaboration likelihood model. So we have 3 independent variables here: the trust in the quality of goods, the likability of video creators and the hosts of live commerce, and the inconvenience of other inquiries. And let the dependent variable consumer purchasing aspiration, SE, the multiple linear regression function is like this. But after using multiple linear regression, the autocorrelation exists. So we use ridge regression to mitigate the autocorrelation. And after set the key value as 0.99, we got this new linear regression function. And based on the results, the R square is 0.868, which means that X3, X4, and X5 can explain 86% of changes in consumer purchasing aspiration. And therefore, this paper can reject X3 and conclude that the X3, X4, and X5 impact the purchasing aspiration. And here's the result of this research. And we have the research on customer decision-making process. Here is the result of it. We have X6, X7, and X8, and we got the function here. And the consumer purchasing aspiration can increase 2.919 times more than before when the total assessment of the recommended goods in the Douyin e-commerce platform increased by 1 unit. So this paper can find that there is no significant p-value to show that the unexpected return process in the Douyin e-commerce platform can lead to a loss of loyal customers. So we cannot reject H5 here. So we have theoretical and managerial contributions here. So this paper aims to study the main factors that impact the formation of the liberation likelihood model and how those factors will affect the consumers' purchasing decision-making processes. And theoretically, this paper contributes to the study of the elaboration likelihood model in the scope of a short video e-commerce platform. And as for the managerial contribution, the results can generate some advice to the management of e-commerce corporation. So based on the SOR model research, watching short videos can accelerate the purchasing intention of customers. And in terms of the elaboration likelihood model, the corporations and operators should be aware of their business strategies, which means they choose that a customer-oriented strategy to maximize the utility of their products. And when consumers make their purchase decision, unexpected return process cannot be avoided. Therefore, corporations or operators could make their own short videos to post on the platform and increase brand and product awareness. As for the conclusion, limitation, and future research direction, so technologies and social growth accelerate the emergence of some new industries and jobs. And the result of this research can contribute a lot to short video e-commerce platform and impulse sales all over the world. The result can also help the scholars work on deeper research into consumer behaviors and provide some recommendations for future research directions in consumer behaviors. However, this research object is only based on the data collected from the Douyin e-commerce platform. Therefore, the author will study other e-commerce platform to verify the feasibility of each result in this paper. And the research methodology is based on the survey results. So future scholars could find other innovative methodology to explore the relationship between different factors. And thank you for watching and listening this presentation. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact with me by the information before. Yep, thank you.